Splintered Pieces is a South African drama series that explores the intricate lives of two close friends, Linda and Tshepi, as they navigate the personal and relational challenges. Set against the vibrant backdrop of Maboneng, the show dives into the entanglements that emerge from seemingly perfect relationships. In today's episode, we'll uncover how the screenwriters of Splintered Pieces use characterization to bring the show's theme to life.
Where are you going then?
Preferably to find a woman who won't lie to me.
Welcome to the Screenwriters Toolbox, where we break down story one script at a time. I'm Lingani Dube, I'm a screenwriter and director, and I'm just here to shine a light on the custodians of screenwriting. Characters are the mouthpiece for the writer. They are the vessel through which an author delivers their perspective. So in creating a character, the writer not only considers that character's arc, but how that character affects the theme at large. To help me unpack this is the head writer for Splintered Pieces, Tshego Monaisa.
I always come from the direction of the character. You know, what does the character want, need? What is their flaw? What is their wound? You know, and that really is what drives the story. But when we started speaking about this, actually, I thought about it a little bit more. And I think within the realm of themes, I really want to say that it's just about Black love, really, because there tends to be, I think, characters that are one-dimensional and stereotypical in how they project their trajectories and their journeys. And so I wanted to tell a story about Black love, essentially, and that's the theme. So I wanted to show how messy it can be, how raw it can be, how challenging it can be, but also how connected it can be as well when you really find your rhythm with your person and you're really facing the challenges and taking them on together.
Linda, ke kopa nna le wena re lebale ka tsohle tse fetileng.
Wa mama a tseba wena le papa ha ne le lwana. Le ne le nlebala. Le nlebala e ka ha ke yo moo.
Ke a tseba. Ne re le banyane. Jwale ka wena le Paul.
At least papa yena o na le ka tsela. O na bona hore ho na le something e wrong ka nna. A leka ka ditsela tsohle to cheer me up, you know, take me out for ice cream. Network gets hey. Ke be happy.
Ke pas ka njwetsa ka setjhaba Linda. Ke batla ho tseba hore ke mang ya na patela tjhelete ho ya sekolo. Ke mang ya na o rekela uniform ha o kaofela. Ke mang ya na patela transport ha o Linda ho ya sekolo. Ke tshaba.
First of all, hats off to the actors in that scene, Didi and Os Hongile Nojila. She's still seeing her mom as that child experiencing that pain, right? Because yes, she's grown, but that's her wound. And until you heal your wound, you will always be triggered by that trauma of whatever it is that you're going through, no matter how old you are, right? So with her mom, her parents divorced at a young age, but her mom was the one that stayed. The dad left, he left the home, as is often the case, and he would pop in, you know, whenever he could on the weekend, take Linda out, they go for ice cream, they chill, she's a daddy's girl. So from her lens, that's the perspective she has of her father. And she's never really adopted the mindset of being empathetic towards her mother. The fact that her mom was with her, you know, through the struggles, financial struggles, emotional struggles, and yet she's still, I get about it, right?
Ke lenyalo la ka lenana ha se la hao ha se la rona ke la ka wa hlanya oh e re ke tsamaikeng ke mosehe o mpo o apare ebe moswa hao ba ke yona.
We wanted to touch on, you know, issues that girls have with their mothers. That's another prevalent issue that often, you know, even when I speak with my friends and we unpack the relationship we have with our mothers, it's so layered. It's so layered. There's so much resentment. There's so much that is left unsaid, you know. And in this case, the catalyst for all these emotions is that Linda is getting married. And as much as she, you know, is questioning if she wants to marry Paul, she does say yes, because society expects you to, and because that's the right thing to do, you know.
The quote that you brought up when you were speaking there about Msadi Tshwara Thipa ka mo mogaleng, somebody recently said to me, Well, if that's the mentality, then don't be surprised if they have a society of wounded women.
Of course. Very much so.
Right. Lastly, I just want to also just touch on what do these 4 lead characters have in common that anchor the story?
Well, Linda and Tshepi have been friends. And I think just a bit of backstory, if I remember correctly, it was about 3 years ago that I created this. I think that Paul and Linda actually met at Tebello and Tshepi's wedding. So the anchoring of those 4 characters is really friendship, and it's the sort of interconnectedness of friendship that we explore in the series without giving too much away. It's putting up masks, like you spoke about Paul, and the fact that he is about the status quo. But when I think of Paul, I think of a man who is deeply wounded and is masking. And with you today, I was hoping to touch a little bit on that as well, because in as much as it's a story from a female perspective, and for a primarily female audience, with Paul and Tebello being anchors in the series as well, I wanted to also highlight, and the team of writers that I developed the story with, we wanted to highlight the things that men go through as well. For Paul, it's a mask. He feels the pressure of being an upstanding guy. And that speaks to why him and Linda got together in the first place. With the scene we just watched, she's been wearing a mask of being, the successful person. So their wounds drew themselves to each other. And that's sort of the catalyst for their relationship and the tone of the sub theme, of their relationship with the banner of Black love. It's that masking.
To me, that kind of feels like something that is in common, right? And it's kind of the theme of these people that that put up a facade, whether it be a successful career, a happy wife, a happy husband. However, below that are wounds of their background, their upbringing, or where they would like to go, right? And they aren't being open about that. But as the episodes go on, we peel back on those layers and we see that these are hurt people that on the surface are people that are doing well. Right.
I mean, Tshepi has a drinking problem. She disguises it as being the life of the party, but she uses it as a crutch. And because she doesn't want to have children, that becomes, because the drinking is her crutch, she uses that in her relationship with Tebello. And he almost becomes a savior to her in a way, until she realizes that she can't actually have children. And now she beats herself up for not having been upfront with him and saying, listen, I don't actually want to have kids.
An idea for a story can come from literally anywhere, but for many writers, theme is deeply tied to character. And once you've honed in on what you want your story to be about, make sure that the theme is woven into the character's journey. That means ensuring that they face both internal and external challenges that reflect the core message of your story. For example, Tshego intended for Splintered Pieces to be about Black love, and each character has carefully crafted this facade for the world to see while they secretly battle an internal conflict. This contrast not only deepens the theme, but also makes for compelling storytelling. So as you develop your own story, ask yourself, how do you want your characters to embody the theme? Let that guide you, and your story will resonate even more powerfully. Thanks for watching. Keep writing.